I want to tell you about a couple that I'm going to call David and Susan. David and Susan were 63. They had worked hard their entire careers and they had saved well. They had $3 million saved for retirement. And by every measure, they were ready to retire. And so they did. And then a couple of months later, the market dropped by 25%. Now, David and Susan were completely fine. But most people with that exact same amount of retirement savings would have been in trouble. And the reason for that is something that we call sequence of returns risk. And it is a very real and large risk to retirement portfolios that most people have never even heard of. Now, David and Susan were completely fine because they had a strategy in place called bucket planning that protected them against sequence of returns risk. They had their money for their travel, their lifestyle, their gifts to kids, their gifts to charities. That was set aside in a secure bucket completely outside of the market. And so when the market dropped, they had nothing, they had no reason to panic. They didn't need to sell, they didn't need to do anything, but just continue living retirement because they knew that the first 5 years of income were set aside in their safe and secure bucket one. And so when the market dropped, what did they do? They went ahead and booked their trip to Italy. Now, I just recorded a full video on this, a longer video that goes into exactly what is sequence of returns risk and how bad can it get? How much damage can it cause? And I give some real numbers behind that. And then the specific strategy that I use called bucket planning and how you can implement that step by step for your own situation. So if you're going to retire this year or within the next 5 years, I encourage you, go watch that video. It could be the most important video that you watch this year.